separate my side. I don't believe it's been slitting my throat is all I ever. I heard your voice through a photograph. I thought that I've been brought up the past. Once you know you can never go back, I gotta take it on the other side. The centuries are what it meant to me. A cemetery where I married the sea. A stranger thing that never changed my mind. I gotta take it on the other side. Take it on the other side. Take it on. Take it on. How long will I slide? Separate my side. I don't believe it's fair. Slitting my throat is all I ever. Pour my life into a paper cup. The ashtray full and I'm spilling my guts. She wanna know am I still a slut? I gotta take it on the other side. The skyline started and she's in my bed. A candidate for the soulmate bled. Push the trigger and I pull the thread. I gotta take it on the other side. Take it on the other side. Take it on. Take it on. How long will I slide? Separate my side. I don't believe it's fair. Sitting my road is all I ever. Turn me on, take me for a hard ride. Turn me out, leave me on the other side. I yell and tell her that it's not my friend. I tell her down, and then it for again. How long will I slide? Separate my side. I don't believe it's fair. Slit my throat is all I ever had. I don't believe it's fair. Slit my throat is all I ever.
See, Angel, you almost distracted me to not do what I was doing for a second there, and I almost didn't finish what I was doing. Thank you very much. How's everybody doing? Good afternoon. Welcome back. I got inspired to go live right now because I was watching Shannon's live earlier. And guess who pops up? Rooskie, right? Now, I get it. There was a whole bunch of people who were coming after him yesterday when I was doing the live. And like I said before, I gave the dude the opportunity. I gave him the opportunity to say what he was going to say. Now, Shannon did the same. But he decided to open up in Shannon's live. Now, would have things changed had he opened up to me here? No. No. Uh, I got to hear what he had to say, and he's still sus. He's still sus as fuck to me. And the thing is that like it was already sus the fact that he didn't say nothing. Now that I actually hear him talking about the situation that he's talking about, it's even more sus. Like now I'm even more suspect about this guy. So it makes me wonder. It makes me wonder. And I don't like, like this is the type of stuff that, like it gets, the ball starts rolling, the ball of wax starts rolling. Like I said, I get it. I get it. Like there are people who are going to be trolled out there. There are people who are going to be trolled relentlessly because they're one, either low cows or two horror cows, as my friend Mel once put it. So there are reasons for people to get at other people. Um uh yeah. So yeah. Uh I don't know what kind of videos have you getting tagged in. I look. I haven't. I heard what Lori put out yesterday, and God bless her heart, and her husband. They seem like very very nice people. I saw them yesterday on AD's chat, and I mean, dude, to me seems like a solid dude. Of course, I can tell he's kind of like he's kind of into he's kind of into like the shit show type of shit, and it's cool. I'm fine with it. I could do a shit show here and there. It's no problem with me. It's no problem with me. No, I don't know if he's speaking of Lori. I know Lori and her husband are really nice people. When they came on, when Lori came on, she was very respectful. She told me she came in with receipts, which is something that I credit people for. If you're gonna come in with receipts, hey, what am I? Who? Like I'm new to the situation. This is why I told Rooskie, I want you to speak, bro. Tell me something because what am I gonna do? The thing is that I've been burned before. I've backed the wrong horse before. You know what I mean? Like I've taken the side of somebody who put out a big sad face to me, and I was like taking them on face value. I've defended them. I fought for them, and then turns out that they were the piece of shit. And so I don't ever want to get burned like that again. So when I ask you, hey, bro, when you come onto my live, when you want to associate yourself with me, tell me who you are. Now, it didn't have to be on a public live. You could have said, hey, you know what, Jerry? Let me talk to you about this off the internet. I'll send you an email. I'll explain everything to you because obviously there are people who are coming after you. People don't just come after people. I get it that there are people who get trolled, but even the people who get trolled like that, there's reasons why. And so it just like it really. Oh, hey Shannon, how you doing? How you doing, sweetheart? And I'm glad you're here. You know what? I'm gonna drop the link because you know what? I'd rather talk to you than actually restream your live because I saw your live today, and it just like it completely blew me away as far as like what was going on with our friend or our former friend, who's at least he never really was my friend. He was an acquaintance. And I know you don't, Smitty. I know you don't, especially not this time. Especially not this time. Uh, um, but this link is only for Shannon because it's pertinent to the subject that I'm talking about right now. And conspiracy music, thank you for showing up, bud. You know what? Those music streams have been putting me to sleep. Now, I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in a good way because you guys always have good music. Now, I want anybody who's anybody to please, if you like music, if you like live music, if you like good music, go to Conspiracy Music page, sub, watch him. He's constantly playing live. He's got friends. He's trying to promote his friends. Good stuff. They got good stuff. Real talented people. I'm not even bullshitting you guys. He's played on my live before. He's a good guy. I love him. So if you get a chance, please sub to Conspiracy Music. Good guy. Hello, Miss Shannon.
Buenos dias, chulo.
Oh, actually, now it's buenas tardes, mamacita.
Oh, well. For me, it's still morning. It's still day.
Well,
It's only noon over here in my part of the world, darling.
It's still tardes, baby. It's still tardes. Um,
Okay, okay.
hey, now I was watching your stream like not even like a few minutes ago, okay, and I saw Ruski on there, and I was starting to feel bad about yesterday for a minute there because I thought to myself, you know what? Maybe I kind of fell into crowdthink here. Maybe I was believing the majority a little too much, right? And maybe I wasn't giving them a shot.
Right.
And
I was of the same perspective. Like I too, like you, Jerry, have been a target of gang stalking and trolling. I know what that's all about. I know that that's not necessarily a complete accurate picture of somebody's, character. I get that. Like I get that. So I'm with you there. I'm with you. I take people one on one. So
right.
like, but
So I gave him the absolute opportunity twice to open
I
up to
know.
me and tell me what was happening, and it was he shut me down. And not only did he shut me down, I think he did it in a rude way. Now I'm saying it now because at the moment, like I thought maybe like this is really touchy, and he may not even talk to it with anybody about. But now I'm kind of pissed because he he got on your live and decided to have the whole spiel there when he should have had it with me way before, right? And so it was like oh, I don't want to talk about it. And here's the thing about it is that you got to see the video where he got to shout at somebody, right? And so when you talked about it, I was like, Ruski, like this guy really
Right.
was shouting down somebody, like. But then when he shut me down, like when he didn't want to talk about what was happening with him, I kind of felt that a little bit because he kind of did it in a rude way, like no, I don't want to talk about it. And when somebody can do that to me, I'm like, like you're kind of showing me a little bit of your colors here. It doesn't take a lot for me to start noticing shit, right? And so when
Right.
everybody came in, I saw it as smoke. I saw it as, you know what, this is smoke and there's a fire somewhere, right? So
Right.
I gotta see more about this. So I wanted to see more, and I was gonna check out more stuff. But when he got on your live today and he was talking, I was like, this guy's not helping his case at all.
No.
He's not helping his case at all. He comes onto your stream, mentions the stuff that happens here, wants to be put on the high road by saying like I'm not like those people. I'm not like this. I'm not like that. Right?
Right.
But he's very vague on the details that he's talking about, and then it's obvious that he's nasty towards these people as well because he's like, "Oh, those are my trolls, and they follow me everywhere. Those are my trolls. Those are my like." Well, why would anybody follow you that bad? Like it doesn't seem like something that's just like something simple. And then there's the whole thing with that girl Andrea who sent me a message, which
Right. And
way
I was here for that. I was here for that when she was sitting those backstage. I was on panel, so I saw what was being said. You know what I mean?
right. And by the way, Ruski, to me, that's not a that's nothing. If she wanted to really exonerate you, she should have came on the panel. She should have actually asked to get on the panel, and I would have brought her up. Then we could have had a conversation with her about it. But you see, someone just typing in my private chat and not actually wanting to come on, that doesn't exonerate you because how do I know it wasn't you doing that? How do I
Well,
know that?
that's the whole thing too. I mean, here's the thing: is when he started talking, I had very specific questions that I saw with my own eyes and heard with my own ears that I wanted him to take accountability for. You know what I mean? Not something that somebody told me from another community, not something that I heard that was gossip that supposedly followed him from one place to another. Things that I specifically saw and heard. I saw him doxing that individual for 14 hours. And the thing is if you are really trying to start a new leaf and you're trying to leave these communities, you can't continue to engage in that same behavior and think that people actually think you're sorry for it. Then there
Right,
was that whole
exactly.
then there was that whole situation with Tanya where it started out seemingly like she was pressing him, but then he lost his fucking noodle, man. He went fucking nuts. I've never seen anybody
Yeah, I
flip
recently
like
saw
that
that.
so
I
quick,
recently,
you know?
I recently saw that somebody sent it to me, and I recently saw that, and I'm just like, okay, there's something. He seriously snapped. There's
Right.
something, and then and by the way, Lori, yes, he said that word for word. These are my trolls. He says it when you guys come onto his lives. He says it when you guys come on to like my lives. He says it when people come on to when he comes on to Shannon's live and you guys are there, or anybody who speaks ill of him. They're his trolls, and that's another big red flag for me. That's another big red flag for
Well,
me.
there's a huge red flag for me too, because I've been on these YouTube chats for 8 years. I know a lot of different people from a lot of different communities, and I've never seen an influx of so many people from so many different communities
Right.
so adamant about this guy being a creep. You know what I mean? So much so that they follow him around to make sure everybody knows it. I mean, and he's only been on for a year. A year?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
A
And
fucking year? I mean, I've been on it 8 years and I got my haters, but that's 8 years worth of haters, man. That's not a year.
right, and I think there's not one person out here that doesn't have a small like contingency that's gonna not like them because we're talking about like I tell people, to me it's humbling. Like when I got my 10,000 view badge and I was like looking at it, I'm all like, wow, that's my senior class in high school. You know what I mean? Like you're talking about like a shit ton of people. Like and like you break it down to like say even right now 26 people. That's a classroom of people listening to me talk about this. It's very humbling. I
No,
don't know.
I agree with you. Anytime anybody sits down and listens to my babbling, I'm always impressed myself. I'm like, who the fuck listens to me? But anyways,
Not today, not today, dear mid, but I promise you I got something coming up soon for that
the
guy.
the risky, I had to ultimately dismiss him from my stream because he had interjected things into my stream that made my regulars feel unsafe, like bartering people's phone numbers and the
Yes, the thing
screaming
that
and
Lori played yesterday. The thing that Lori played yesterday, and Cap actually went out of his way and asked him, "Dude, were you drunk?"
yeah, no,
I'm
Cap was
like,
like, you drank? And he's like, no, I was totally sober, and that did not help his case either.
it's like, dude, lie. Say that you were drunk. Are you nuts? Like
Yeah.
that to me was like to honestly, and I'll tell you right now that like up until then, I was feeling bad for him. I was thinking maybe I got into groupthink. Maybe I did something that like I wouldn't like be done to me or whatever. But the minute he said, I was sober when I was talking, and I got that clip, bro. Somebody sent me that clip. You're fucking
Yeah.
wildin'. You're fucking wildin'. And I say it a bunch of times. I don't like going after women. I don't even like fighting with them because it's like you never win. As a man, you don't win fighting women. You don't win.
Right.
So it's
Right.
like you don't do it. Like my
Well,
older
even if
brothers.
you're right, you look like shit because they're the weaker race or whatever, the weaker
It just
species or
doesn't.
whatever.
I make it comparable to like if I fight a man that's weaker than me, right? Even
Right.
if I beat him up, and even if I have every right to beat him up, and I do, I'm never gonna look good because the man looks weaker than me, right?
Yeah, exactly. You don't beat up on, yeah,
You don't
weakling
punch
type
down,
things.
basically. You don't punch down.
Right, right. Right, for
So,
sure.
so yeah, so he
But
was
look,
he was
there's this element to Ruski that has my eyebrow raised, and I'm going to tell you what it is. Um, I think a lot of what he does is because he feels like he is a societal reject, and he's one of those people that go for angsty, negative attention in order to create a buzz, to build his channel. And there is a whole slew of people on the internet that do those things. You know what I mean? The thing
yeah,
is I'm not going to give him a platform personally to make my people feel like they're unsafe with their information,
right.
uh, to make my people feel as if they are in the presence of a predator that's going to, verbally abuse them. You know what I mean? If he decides for 1 second or another. And personally, like, I asked him some direct questions that he ultimately would not answer at all, which
Right,
is
and that's
telling to me.
yeah, that's another thing that's so suspect to me. It's like, bro, you want everybody to take your side, but you're not giving us a reason to.
Right.
It's like why is it that just because you came first doesn't mean that you hold weight over people who came in second? Like yesterday, all the people that came to tell me about him, it's like they have receipts. Lori came with receipts. She came with something. She came with something to show, and you're not gonna refute that. Like all you're gonna say is, "Oh, that's my troll. That's a troll. That
Well,
person."
like, it's just like anonymous, dude. He ended up bringing like 80 people to your chat just so they could testify to the fact that they know this guy and this guy has done some horrific things.
Right.
Now,
Yeah.
I'm not one to bind a gossip like you are. I've been on the internet too long. I know what people do, but this was an exorbitant amount of people coming
Yes.
out. I mean, like, never in my lifetime, Jerry, have I seen so many people come out to fucking disparage one human being. I mean, there's always like
Right.
a handful, but like not
Like
like this.
yeah. Like
Not like this.
even in like other communities that I've seen where like oh somebody they're going after somebody or whatever, like it's not like 60 people. It's like
No, I know. It's
it's like it's like
crazy.
it's like 15. I mean, I've seen 15 maybe at the most, and that feels like already like brigading, right? But
Right.
dude, 60 and all of them were just like this dude ain't, like it, which makes me wonder, and I would like to know a little bit more about that story with this friend of his. And
Aha, but see, that's the whole thing, right? So you got 70
yeah,
people in here, and even though you're like, this is disgusting and we shouldn't be listening to this, everybody's like, well, now I need to know a little bit more about this because this is fucking nuts. Because it's so out of the fucking loop, it's so fucking crazy, you
absolutely,
know?
Captain. Absolutely. And I'm with you guys. And like I said, I gave him the opportunity. I did it twice. I even did it on his channel. Like when we were talking, it's like,
Yeah, I
dude,
know. I saw
out
that.
with it. Just come out with it. Like it's easier that way. It's easier for us to to convey, like what's going on. And I never ask people to bring up stuff, but when it's like it's something that you're hearing and things, like you get, like I said, people come to me with certain things and I just like, oh, like I don't and then I got another thing too, like I got great mods. You guys saw yesterday. I have Guadalupe, I've got Danny, I've got Scotto. These people relentlessly will search things on the internet for me, and they will come and tell me what's going on. And so when things like this happen, they'll tell me like, I don't know about this guy, and I listen because these people are good judges of characters. They're good
I
people.
have some really good managing moderators myself, and oftentimes they observe, they don't necessarily interact in a community. They'll go observe and see how everybody's interactions are, and they will give me the heads up on something. They truly will. You know what I mean? Like when Joe said to me, listen, Shannon, I know who this guy is and he's a fucking creep. Look, Joe never says that about anybody. Okay. She's very reserved and personal opinions about people because she's very open minded when it comes to, point of view. From the internet and everybody having their own relationships with each other, and it may be different for one another, but I had to sit and think about it. I'm like, if Joe is saying this, then I really, really need to pay attention to what's going on right here. Like for real. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right, and not, and I'm sorry, I'm sorry, Ruski, but not everybody can be a troll, man. Not everybody can be a troll. I get it that there are trolls out there. I mean, like what the fuck's his name, Snaggy or whatever the hell. That dude is a real troll. Like a bottom feeder, a fucking piece of shit. Because like all he does is try to get attention, just like other people that I know in other communities who are miserable, want to come on and talk crap about people and just try to see if you can get
Right.
bait them and get attention. Like that's normal. That's a normal troll behavior.
Right.
Not everybody coming in and throwing up red flags about you is a troll, man. You can't just dismiss it as trolling because eventually people are gonna come with receipts. So that's why I told you get ahead of it. Get ahead of it, man. Get ahead of it. Tell me what's up. Tell me what's up. No, I
Right.
don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Okay, cool, man. Cool. I respected your wishes. Now guess what? I don't trust you. I don't.
But here's the thing too. It's like he doesn't want anybody to bring it up, but he's the one that's doing public streams speaking about it. And then he's like, don't bring it up. And I'm like, look, you can't bring it into the public view and then decide that you don't want to speak about it anymore when people call you to task about what has happened. I
Correct.
seen Andrea do nasty shit to him, and I seen him do nasty shit to Andrea just in the shorts and the small videos that he has on his own channel. His own
Right.
channel,
Right.
right?
Right. Yeah.
So, like, like you said, get ahead of it. Tell us what's going on. But whenever he starts telling the story, 75% of it is okay. I understand that, and 25% is a question mark. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. What about this?
To
And
me,
he
it's
just
like
doesn't
to me,
answer.
it's actually the ratio is actually like opposite because maybe I was thinking like like I could understand this guy, but the more I've interacted with him, the more I've lost. The first thing I lose for everybody is respect because I come with respect. So if you respect me, I respect you. We're gonna have that in.
Likewise,
And so
likewise.
if you slowly start showing me that you're a piece of shit, the first thing you lose from me is respect. Then after that, it's just basically a matter of how deep in my shithole do you want to get in? You know what I mean? Because I will like fucking like start like really not liking you. And if you put me in a position where I need to investigate you now because I'm wondering, and this whole Annie thing's really got me like it sent a shiver up my spine that I
Yeah,
didn't
that Annie thing's weird for real.
like for people to trigger you just with a song like, "Oh, Annie, are you okay?" It's like, dude, what? Why? Why would that? Why is that? I get it. Okay, maybe your friend. I've dealt with a lot of loss. I've lost friends. I've lost friends that have died and stuff like that. And
Sure.
some of them, I remember them by hearing songs and stuff or whatever. But it's never in a context where I have to be like, "Oh, I don't want to hear that song because it reminds me." No, if one of my friends was named Annie and they died, and I hear that song, I'm just gonna remember my friend Annie, and that's it. It's not gonna bother me because it's a good memory. But the fact that you're like, bothered by it, that people bring up, I get it. It's a bad way for your friend to die. I was 12 years old when a friend of mine got shot, and I saw him dead, lying down, gasping for air.
Right.
Okay, that is burned into my head.
I know. I was 12 when I watched a kid blow his brains out too. You never forget it. You never forget it.
It doesn't.
It,
It
it,
doesn't leave. It doesn't leave your head. It
it
doesn't leave.
never leaves you. It's your first experience with death and mortality, and it's terrible.
Right. And so I don't sit there and say don't nobody ever sing a Dr. Dre song because his name was Andre. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
don't you know what I mean? I don't ever fucking, like I don't get upset over that in the sense that I look at it in a morbid way. I look at it as like I lost my friend that day. It's sad because I saw somebody lose their life. It's a very sad thing. But it doesn't bother me that somebody would bring up their name or the stuff that
Well,
happened.
well, let's be real, Jerry. You and I both don't have anything against Rooskie. He's never done anything to either one of us that have warranted us to be upset with him or dislike him in any way. Okay, I don't have a personal issue with Rooskie. I don't think you do either. But the
Mhm.
fact of the matter is, the behavior that he's displaying is concerning. It's
Right.
concerning for everybody else involved, and as stream owners, I mean, no, we're not responsible for other people's behavior, but we are responsible for what we allow in our streams as being a general rule of civility, right?
Right.
So, like, if somebody is doxing somebody for 12 hours straight or talking about their children, and we're allowing them on our stream to be normalized as if that's just okay behavior, then we, in our own way, are saying, it's okay that they do this. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And it's just not.
It's
It's
not.
just
Yeah.
not.
That's one of the things that like I've been talking about as far as like associating yourself and not associating yourself with people. Like I don't want to be associated with people who do shit like what Roosky's doing. And when you don't want to explain yourself, and I've given you a chance, it's like it's not it's not worth it. It's not worth me going down that rabbit hole with you. But now I got more questions because you not only did you decide to speak, like in yours, Shannon, and like like I said, as a responsible person now, when it comes to these streams, and I think about it because of the whole frauded Wrangler situation where I had
Right.
somebody and I let them speak irresponsibly about the military, I don't feel I feel like I'm responsible for helping know more about this dude.
Me
Like,
too. Me too.
because it's like, what the fuck, man? Like, what is all this shit about? And why is it that like you fly off the handle and then you don't even give an excuse? Like
No, he doesn't. And you know, Crimson, I know everybody that came to my chat last night. I understand what you guys are speaking out against. I understand all of that. And you know, I do understand the protective nature in which, you know, we try to protect other people from if we think somebody's a predator. I do understand that. You just have to understand from my perspective, I have been on the internet a long time and I have seen good people also be attacked. So I'm not necessarily one to believe chat gossip. But like I said, I had saw actions within the last few days that were his own, that came out of his own mouth, that was his own behavior, that nobody told me, that I just witnessed. And it definitely, like Jerry says, it puts red flags up, big red flags, huge red flags.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm glad you're here because one thing that I want everybody to know that I'm kind of tired of like restreaming people's shit. Like
Right.
I do really want to just get into like making content of my own or doing things that like are outside of just restreaming people. I will still do it if it's pertinent. Like today I was gonna do it because I wanted to show people, but I'm glad you're here because we could just talk about it instead of like having to go over it because you were there and you can confirm anything that I'm saying because I'm not
Well,
bullshitting.
you're welcome to play anything that you want from that night if you have it clipped. You're welcome to play that. The fact of the matter is I tried to go about it as fairly as possible. I gave him his opportunity to speak on what they were saying, and I gave them their opportunity to voice their opinions. You know what I mean? And in the end, I asked my people if they what how they felt I should proceed with this, because in
Well,
reality we're a community of people that stick together, right? So like,
yeah.
without other people on my channel that are, you know, participating in the chemistry that is there between all of us, nobody wants to listen. And you know, the fact of the matter is if they don't feel safe, they're my people. You know what I mean? uh,
Yeah, I get it. No, I get it, and that's what I mean is that like, uh, um, when it comes to certain things, I will give people grace. I will let them, show me that this is like a troll. Like let me know, and I will have your back. If you confide in me, I will have your back. Like, and even if say Rooskie was wrong, I would have him up here and be like, look, this is why you're wrong
yeah,
and
me too.
maybe you should apologize for these reasons that we can all get over this shit.
And I did. I basically stuck it back in his face. I'm like, you know, regardless of what anybody does to you, you know, you're a hypocrite if you're turning around and doing the same thing to them. So I
Yeah.
can't feel sorry for you because
Right.
you're
Hang on.
not sorry and you're not trying to turn over a new leaf.
Hang
You're
on one
still
second.
engaging.
Hang on one second. I just want to address this real quick. You know what, Nugent? I want you to do something. I want you to leave, and I don't want to throw you out or anything like that. I just want you to leave because look, dude, Tats is going through a hard thing right now. He's losing his mom, and right now is not the time for drama. Have some respect and leave this for later. I don't give a fuck if you want to bring it up later. Bring it up when Tats is doing good and he's 100% and he's here to defend himself. Leave this shit out of my chat, please. Don't make me have to throw you out or hide you or anything like that. Just leave and don't
I
fucking write
have been.
anything anymore on my chat. Thank you.
Good luck with that, darling.
Um. So yeah. Like I was saying with Ruski, I'm just like I want to I want to know more about what happened to his friend, and it's kind of weird that I want to know that, but it's just the way he's been acting that like it makes me want to seek the truth about it. Now, if anybody got anything, any kind of material or anything like that on this stuff, my email's in the description of my channel, so just go ahead and you guys can
but
go in there
but
and send me something. This is for me. This is
this
not.
is this this is what I'm saying about the internet. Okay, so like people that don't feel seen in real life, like people that have things wrong with them physically, because we're a very physically driven society. Like, okay, so Rooskie, I mean, it's got like a lazy eye, right? So he wears glasses and hats to try to, mask the fact that he feels like he's got a defective thing about him, right? So people that don't feel seen in real life, they create all this like controversy around themselves, so they do get seen. And what I've come to realize about the internet is the more insecure and the more rejected that a person feels, the more they act out and lash out in these very juvenile, immature ways, because they can project whatever they want on the internet and it's not reality.
Right.
So their reality is they feel very small and they feel very
Yeah.
unseen. So when they
Mm.
make these big money moves and try to do these big drama situations,
Big money moves.
yeah, big money moves for these drama situations, it creates, 70, 80 people in their rooms just all talking about this crap, and they would have never gotten that attention in real life. People walk by them every day, they don't get birthday presents, they
I didn't get birthday presents.
no. I'm just saying they feel unseen. So
I
they
get
make
it.
themselves
Oh
seen in the
yeah.
worst possible way.
Well, I'm not even gonna bullshit you. Like, I like attention. I like fucking being the center of attention. I really do. I like to entertain people, but not in like not in any like whorish kind of way either. Like I have my principles. I don't want to sell myself off to the lowest bidder, right? I
Can
I, I
I be
just
honest with you? I hate attention. I
really.
honestly fucking hate I hate it. Look, I was always the behind the scenes tech girl. Always. I was always the fucking
Aw,
nerd that did the math. I hate being in the center of anything. But
can
I
I
have
tell you
very
something?
strong opinions, and somehow I got thwarted into this type of universe because I share them and I'm strong in what I believe, and a lot of people aren't. They bend, you know.
Oh,
So but I actually cannot stand it. It drives me fucking nuts. I
well,
really prefer
I,
being low key.
I can I tell you something? I always liked the girl in the background. I was always like. I always had a crush on her and stuff. The tech girl.
I don't know, but the thing is
Hey, Shannon.
I've never been a background. I mean, like I always wanted to be in the background, but I've never ended up in the background for anything.
Oh, so you're trying to stay
Honestly,
out of my crosshairs, huh? I
Yeah,
see. I see what you're doing there.
yeah, see,
I
not me. I'm an attention whore. I love getting attention.
I don't. I really don't. I would like my reasons for being here are not for attention. I honestly feel like I'm at the end of my life cycle, and any pertinent information or friendship or love or light that I can fucking impart on even just one person here makes me feel like I'm at least getting closer to God rather than farther away. I
Oh,
don't know.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
just, I just, I like being the center of attention. I think it comes from growing up a Jehovah's Witness. My, I mean, trust me.
I actually know a lot about Jehovah Witnesses because the first man I dated after my husband died, he was Jehovah Witness. I know a lot about them, a lot.
Yeah, well, I grew up in that, and like when I was I was like a prodigy. Like they put a lot of like weight behind it because I was willing to like preach when I was like 10. They loved that shit, and they would make me like do their little like discussions and stuff. It was really cultish. That's all I gotta say, right? And so I got the only thing that I found joy in was standing in front of a crowd and having to talk to them because it made my mom proud. It made my mom happy, and so I like.
No.
No, and it is true. It's the truth, and so it just became a thing for me. Where like whenever I'm in front of people and I'm like I'm on or whatever, it feels good, and so like I like it. I like doing it. It's just something that I like to do, and so I like attention, but I also understand negative attention. I also understand like there's ways of getting attention that is bad, and I realize that type of attention you don't want. You don't want that. You know what I mean? Infamy is not a good thing, no matter what people say. I mean, unless you're like a rap group or something, but it's not.
Uh,
It's not great.
well, And that's part of the reasons why I do what I do, is because a lot of people get lost in the sauce. They fall for these false narratives, and they start hurting internally themselves, and they want to hurt themselves because they think what these people are doing is true, and they don't realize that it's all a shit show to get people to react to in order to make it entertainment.
Exactly.
And they take it to heart, and they fall into deep pits of depression, and they become suicidal because they believe what these people are saying. They don't understand, they don't see the reality of them. They don't see that Roosky's this big fucking, you know perpetuator of poserness. They think that he's somebody because there's 80 people in his chat. You know what I
Right.
mean? So you
Right.
have to have the few people that shine the light on the reality of the situation. So these few people that aren't able to catch on, they're newbies, they're people that don't think that way because they don't have a vindictive, manipulative nature. So they understand the real perspective of chat, because a lot of people here just aren't fucking real. It's all for entertainment, all of it. And none of these people, if you spoke to them in real life or sat down and had dinner with them, would they even think about speaking to you the way they're speaking to you in chat?
Absolutely, absolutely. Like
Right.
that's. Go ahead, Cap. What were you saying?
Like I said earlier, my whole thing with Rooskie, what was probably the biggest red flag for me, besides Joe saying that he was a creep, was the fact that when he was asked whether he doxed Andrea's daughter, he wouldn't answer. He just kept going around it. He's like, I doxed Andrea, but he wouldn't say whether he doxed her daughter or not.
Yeah, and I saw that, and another thing too about all that shit, like you don't want to talk about it, but you want people to take your side. You don't want to talk about certain things, but you want people to listen to
Right.
what you have to say. And then you call anybody who's, like against you a troll. It's like that. There's no, like that. What you're doing is that you're creating a narrative. To me, that's all manipulation moves. Those are all manipulator moves because
Right.
number one, you're trying to control the narrative. That's a manipulator move. Number two, you're trying to isolate the truth, meaning that you only want to talk about the things that you want to bring up and nothing what anybody else wants to bring up. And three, anybody that dejects you simply just doesn't like you. It's not possible that they have actually seen your actions and made a subjective opinion based on the things that you have done. It's always just, oh no, they just don't like me. They just don't like me. That's
But
not.
Cranston, how the hell is he gonna not talk about something that he makes public streams on and leaves pinned to his channel?
Right. Right.
It's like, here, this is what happened, but don't ask any fucking questions. Just listen, and that's it. I mean, that doesn't work for me. You know what I mean? If you're going to make a public spectacle of this situation, then you better be prepared to answer some fucking questions, because I don't take anything at face value. I never have. I never will. I have 1,000 questions for the one question that you've answered. Trust me. And I'm trying to divvy down the best ones, because I've
Yeah.
already questioned you 90,000 times. I'm telling you.
And that's where me and Shannon are like, any scenario that I can see happening, I've already gone through 10,000 times in my head. There's like 10,000 answers to a question, and I've already gone through all of them because
Right.
I'm a
And
thinker.
the people who are straight up just give an answer. They just give an
That's the
answer.
whole thing, and they don't think about it, and there's no pause. They just answer, right? They're
Yeah.
like, if you ask them, hey, did you dox Andrea's daughter? They say, no, I would never dox a child. They don't have to think about it. They don't have to avoid the fucking question, because if you didn't do it, you didn't do it. And even if you're a good liar, you still say no immediately. I mean, but this guy, the way he answers questions is so fucking evasive, and it's so not front about certain things. And then he has these public meltdowns that he has posted to his channel with these people on there, and then nobody's supposed to ask questions. That makes no fucking sense to me. None whatsoever.
Right.
Yeah.
And then when Shannon said to Rooskie, she's like, well, you didn't answer the question. You just like went around it. And he got real quiet and didn't say anything after that.
Yeah, he muted himself.
Hey,
And I even made remark about it. I was like, well, I guess no response is a response. There you have it. You
No.
yeah,
know?
yeah. Your silence speaks more than your actual words and shit.
Right.
SD, if you have that interview, how long is it? Do you know like where we can find it, and how long is it? If it's like 30 minutes, I'll put it on right now to just so we can react to it and see what's going on. But if it's more than an hour, I'll check it out and I'll come back and do another stream on it. But you let me know. Let me know how long is it and where I can find it.
I just want to make it clear, though, to all you beautiful people in chat who I respect and appreciate you coming to me and telling this. This is not a stream to roast Rooskie. I'm not here to roast Rooskie. I'm just telling
Nope.
you all my personal experience with him. I don't know his background, what I've observed in the last week, and what makes me uncomfortable about it. Now, I gave him an opportunity on my stream to speak for himself. I tried to be fair and unobjective about anything and let him have his voice. And ultimately, in the end, he didn't have any good excuses for anything that he was doing, nor did I feel like he was truly sorry for anything that happened because he was still continuing to engage in that same behavior with that same person. Not to mention, you know, there is an element to this that Jerry's right about it. He's got way too many people testifying against him without him making a response, and then him freaking out when something poignant is asked to him. And if you fuck up, you say I fucked up. Yeah, I got fucking mad. I doxed this bitch. She was doxing me. I feel bad about it. Whatever, right? You fucking man up. You pull up your goddamn dick. You say, okay, I'm sorry. I fucked up. And then people are like, okay, we're human. You fucked up. Just don't do it again. But the meantime, while he's saying this shit, he's doxing her again.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
actions speak louder than words, man.
Okay, SD. Well, do me a favor and just give me the channel names and I'll check them out. Thanks. I appreciate you telling me about that. I'll check them out and anything pertinent to the conversation we're having, I'll bring up later on a different live. But
I'll
yeah,
be I'll be honest with you, SD. From what I've learned, I'm just cutting him loose from my community. I mean, I don't even care to investigate about it at all. I mean, if he wants to turn over his life and he wants to make himself a better person, then I'm all for that. I'm all about that. I'm just not going to let somebody like that in my circle of people because I cannot put at risk my friends because somebody's trying to have a fucking bitch fit or have an attention whore session to build their channel. It's just that simple for me. Uh, I have a friendship criteria, and if you fall short of what I think is friendship, it's not that I wish you any bad things. It's not that I go after you, but I just don't involve you in my
Yeah.
circle.
okay. This is the video. Let me check it out. Absolutely, Shannon. I'm with you with that. I'm with you on all that. On all
Yeah.
that. Like I'm kind of the same way. Now this video. How like around what time is does he start talking about the drama or what time does the drama start coming to him? Can you tell me that? Or is it just
I have
like
no clue. I didn't watch it. I did subscribe to the person that did the interview, and that's how I got
The Marissa
that's
Sparkles girl.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think it's a couple hours long. I
yeah,
caught the end of it.
let me
So
is
you're
it
not really you're gonna have to just kind of like go through it and skim it, I guess, if you play it.
Yeah.
okay. No, well, I mean, I don't want to do that. I'd rather just like cut it into pieces and watch.
It was he promoted it on my channel. He said he made a big deal out of it. Okay, so like he was
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna address all this shit. Marissa's going to fucking interview me, blah 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 blah. But on that day, I had several people that were throwing live streams. It was a Saturday. Saturdays are always fucking huge, and I had to make all the live streams. Amped Amy was having one. Harley Dad was having an amputation anniversary. Ike was so I had a few places that I had to go. So I caught the end of that interview. But from what I could tell, it was like 2.5 hours long. And then after that, Andrea got pissed to some extent, and she's like, some shit about, you're the one who wanted to do the interviews, and it all ramped right back up again after that interview. So I'm not really sure what happened in all of that. Maybe
Can
somebody can. Oh, go ahead.
I'm
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I just came up for a second. That Marissa interview was staged. They admitted they got behind the scenes together and he told her what to ask. If you want a real interview where it was unscripted, watch the Triple T interview that he had with him and you'll see his temper. He thanked him for the interview, jumped down. Triple T opened the panel. He came back and said, "Oh, you better kick everybody off this panel and I'll finish my interview." After already saying thank you and jumping down, that's the unbiased one, unscripted. Marissa and him talked about what to ask and what she was allowed to ask him. That is a fake interview.
Okay, could you give me the link to that
Yeah,
back here?
how long is that interview, Lori?
It's
Yeah, I
an
didn't know there
hour,
was
but
two.
it is an hour, and so you guys can skim it yourself behind the scenes, whatever, and then find what you need. And so you don't have to play it like on your live, but it's about an hour long, and it's on the Triple T. It's called, because I don't have a link, but it's the Triple T, TRIPLE, 3Ts reactions, Triple T reactions.
Here,
That's the channel name.
let me just put it in right now while you're here so I can get it right. Yeah, it's I mean, to look, I know Shannon is done with them. I'm done with them as far as like letting them on panel or letting them be around my channel, but I'm not done with them in the sense that he opened up a Pandora's box and I need to see what's going on here. I need to see for myself.
Jerry.
Well, so you know that interview, even though my husband was respectful to him, that is why he got looking for mine and my husband's numbers and tried to barter them off.
No, I
personally
absolutely
never
heard
talked
that.
to
I
him.
absolutely heard that. That I absolutely heard, and I
Yeah,
asked about that. And
Let me hang
he
on.
said that he was just bluffing or whatever else. He really
joking.
wasn't going to do
Yeah.
anything. He was, he wasn't
Let me
really
get
going to give those
the
numbers
channel.
up.
Hang on real quick.
Why did
Let me
he
get the
ask
channel.
for him?
I don't know.
Let me get
Because
that
I've
channel
never
again,
done
Lori.
nothing to
Yeah,
him.
you can have that.
It's the Triple T
Oh, thanks.
reactions. Triple T reactions is the channel name.
Triple T reaction. So I have to write triple T or put 3 T's?
You put triple and then 3 T's.
Okay, triple 1 3 2. Okay.
But what's funny is I've never came at him. I've never said anything bad about him. I wasn't there for the interview, and yet he's trying to barter off
Yeah, I
my
got
phone
the
number.
video for you, Jerry. I got it.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay. Go ahead. Put the link. Put the
All
link
right,
for
I'm
me
going
right
to
there.
jump down. I'm going to jump down. I just wanted to let you know that Marissa interview, they staged it, and you can ask anybody. She'll admit that he told her. He told her what she was
He
allowed to
promoted it
ask
on my
him.
channel. He wanted people to go to that interview. So
Exactly.
I don't doubt that it was, to some extent, the questions that were being asked were talked about beforehand.
Yep. And
And
they
thank
they
you.
admitted it, and it was like she's not allowed to ask him about this, and this. And Triple T told him, "You're not going to tell me how to interview. If you want to come on my show, you're going to answer my questions." And he did, and he didn't like it. And after an hour, he jumped down and left after thanking him. So Tim opened up the panel, and when people started coming up, all of a sudden he comes back and says, "Oh, I'll finish the interview, but you're going to get these people." And he says, "You ain't going to tell me what the fuck to do on my channel." So,
That's
all right,
amazing.
I'm jumping
Thank you.
down before my phone cuts out, but you guys have a blessed day.
You too,
Thank you,
Lori.
Lori.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, well, I got it now, so I'm gonna be checking that out. I guess for now, I talked about what I wanted to talk about. I appreciate everybody showing up. I'm gonna take a deep dive into the Rooskie rabbit hole, and when I come out the other side, I'll let you guys know what I find. But thanks everybody for coming on. You guys have been great. I appreciate all the new followers. I appreciate all the new subs. Again, if you're new here, sub if you want, like if you want. It'd be nice. I'm really liking. I really like the boost that was given to me by AD. Of course, Shannon, when she came on, she gave me great people like Cap over here. So like I'm happy. Like so far from all the different people that I've been able to meet. and let's keep this going. Like nothing but like good people. I'm gonna have more. I want to have more fun lives. So if anybody has any ideas what they want me to do, I was thinking about doing some court stuff. I mean, I'm still gonna try to find stolen valor cases for my friends that are doing that. And Lori's back. I guess she had something else to say.
I'm sorry, it's the real Triple T. That's the channel
Oh,
it's on, the real Triple T channel. They told me in the chat when I jumped down that I messed up. It's not his Triple T channel, it's on the real Triple T channel. So you just type in the real the 3 T's channel.
okay.
Yeah, I got the interview for him.
Yeah.
Okay,
Lori.
thank you. All right,
Yeah,
I'm sorry I gave you the wrong information. Like I said, I wasn't there, so I forgot.
You're good. You're good.
All right.
No, yeah.
Bye.
Thank you. Oh shoot! I removed her by accident. I'm sorry, Lori. I didn't mean to remove you. I swear I didn't mean to remove you. I was searching for the search button. I'm so sorry. I hope you're okay with that. I'm so sorry. I didn't really mean to remove you. I did that by accident, complete accident.
I do that all the time.
That was so funny because I was all like, why? Where's my present at? And then I was all like, oh, whoops! Right when she was talking. So again, Lori, I apologize. Completely apologize. I'm so sorry.
Before you end this, Jerry, I just wanted to say hi to Brooke. Hi, Brooke. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Hello. So I've had personal actual interaction with Rooskie myself. He's been on my panels and he's yelled at me he demanded me how to run my channel, to take Andrea out of chat. I'm actually posting the timestamp and the video in your back right now.
Oh, is this from the one that you posted? The one that you put?
Play it, Jerry. Play it.
Which one? The Brookie?
The one she just posted. The one Brooke just posted backstage.
Okay, 1 second. 1 second. Wow, everything's just happening so fast. I can't. hang on. Hey, I'll play it, but let me just, because my thing's on automatic play, so I always have to like be ready to pause. Hang on 1 second, guys. Oh, there you go. Okay, I got you. All right, now I gotta share it. Oh my god, that Punisher skull is really starting to get on my nerves too. No, wait, is that it? Was this it? Oh, wait a minute. No one. Sorry. Hang on.
It's backstage. You just have to hit that link backstage.
Yeah,
Darling.
the one that Brookie posted.
Yeah, the one that Brookie posted backstage, not in chat.
Yeah. Hang on.
Yeah, that's the wrong one.
Damn it. Yeah, I know.
Marissa.
It's because I got it. I know. I'm hang on. Sorry. There we go. Okay, this is it, right? This one's it, right? Did
Yep,
you guys
that's
get
the
that? Okay, all right. Yeah, let me just go. What was the number? It was
101.
106.
It should be 101.
Okay, yeah, it was playing in the background, so I was trying to stop it, and then I shared the wrong one. Okay, so here we go. So this is it right here.
Right.
Okay, so he's right here. He doesn't want Andrea to talk.
Right.
He didn't want her talking in my chat. He didn't want her talking on my panel. She actually comes on my panel.
Get some toilet paper.
Yeah, he needs to do that other diss.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. All right, I'll be right back.
Rooskie, I see Andrea was in the comments and you confronted her.
Uh-oh. I
don't
miss
think you-
everything, and I'm not even on my own live. This is some bullshit.
Rooskie, you don't have to worry about it, man. Just
I ain't worried.
just hold your ground.
I ain't worried.
Yeah. Seems like you've been
I
gathering
mean, she
a
doesn't
lot
need to
more.
stalk me, so you know.
Seems
Yeah,
like you've
I'm
been-
here. What's up?
What happened?
The hell happened?
What the hell happened? Jerry got
What?
thrown off his own channel.
It's those damn demons. We need Taco Bell.
We need Taco Bell. Everybody order Taco Bell. We need to exercise the demons, the chat demons. Lord have mercy.
You know, Shannon, I saw him go live this morning. It was like nobody in there after 45 minutes. Like I clicked on his thing. There was nobody there. Nobody.
That's because Sean asses himself out with all his weird shit, you know?
Oh crap! Am I back? Am I back?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're back, dude.
No,
Sorry,
no, you're not back.
It was just getting juicy. What happened?
my internet went out on me. I don't know what happened. Like it just said no internet connection. I was like, what? What are you talking about? I paid my phone bill. What's going on here?
I know, right?
It's just one of those internet issues. I have no idea why that happened. And it would happen right when I'm doing something, right? It would happen then. Hang on, let me
Of course. It's the way it works. It's Murphy's Law, my friend.
Right?
No, Scotto, no spaghetti tacos. I told you I don't eat those. I don't want those. Those are a blasphemous thing to tacos everywhere.
Oh, we love spaghetti tacos.
No, stop it, Shannon. Don't you perpetuate spaghetti tacos in my life, gosh darn it. Here we go. Okay.
Spaghetti tacos are yummy.
Quiet,
I
you.
have to get a drink. I'm going to be listening, but I'm going to mute. I'll be right back.
Seems like you've been
I
gathering
mean, she
a
doesn't
lot
need to
more.
stalk me, so you know.
Seems
Yeah,
like you've
I'm
been-
here. What's up? So how do you feel about them saying all those horrible things about MTP's child? How do you feel about that, Rooskie?
Go fuck yourself.
Come on, Rooskie. Break the bridge here.
No.
Make amends.
Nah,
Break the bridge.
you want to fight?
Don't fight, Rooskie. That's what
You want to
want.
cut me up? You invited me to DC today, but you said you had guns and knives. I don't know. Are we going to cook or go to the Target? Like, what are we doing? What's the plan?
I'm not talking to you. Brooke, you
Did
have a
you
nice
really do that, Rooskie?
Why don't you pick on some teenage girls? Get you some subs.
Wait, what happened?
Brooke, can you kick this bitch, please?
I'll leave. You're a pussy. I'm leaving. You're a pussy,
Get out.
pussy.
And he'll come back.
Dude.
I'm gonna talk. We'll talk later.
Why would you talk later?
Later. You noticed that he said he talked now. That
Yeah,
makes
he's
no
supposed to, I'll
sense,
talk
Rooskie.
later.
Well, I'm not.
Don't be doing that. Don't be doing
Right.
that.
No.
Wow.
But yeah, that's how he
Do you
talks
think
to
you
her
could
each time
ever
she comes up.
Repair that relationship with
I'm not
Andrea.
talking about her. Dude, I'm not like I came here to. I not thought it talk was about kind of funny. He said,
Oh.
"And don't come back," and it's not even his
Like, and
fucking
if I see her
channel.
comments, she's
Yeah,
being
no,
hidden,
yeah,
and,
yeah,
like, I
no,
asked
he-
nicely
yeah.
or get block her, and so since that's not going to happen, I'll block her every single time. It's fine.
So now he's telling me that he's gonna run my
Wait.
channel. Yeah.
Wait, and this is wait a minute. Wait the fuck a minute, dude.
That was Andrea
You
that
don't-
came up.
Oh, and you know what? The way that sharpness, right? That sharpness, that get this bitch out of here. Like you
Mhm.
could tell there's like real animosity there, right? But it's like, dude, you get the fuck down. If it's that much trouble to you, if you don't want to talk about it, get the fuck away from there. Why?
Right?
Why would you
If I'm
stay there and fucking make this stream about you when it's not even your life?
Well,
Like,
that's the whole thing.
my,
That's what I told him. Why don't you just leave, man? He was on Tanya's when he started screaming at her too, and I was like,
Yeah.
dude, if you get to the point where you're so frustrated that you're losing your fucking tits over everything, just leave. You're nobody's holding you hostage there. You know,
yeah,
Yeah, he the
exactly.
same one was like,
that's
"I ain't
exactly
going
what
nowhere." I was like,
Shannon
"Wow."
knows this. That's exactly what I do. If I have a problem with something, I'll leave before I make an asshole out of myself on
yeah,
fucking
me too.
YouTube.
I mean, like,
Yeah,
somebody's up on like your pinky stream that I don't like Nikki or LD. I just don't go in, man.
yeah,
Fuck it.
exactly. I
I'm not
completely
gonna tell
agree.
people who to have on their stream or not, but if I can't get along with somebody, I just don't fucking go there. Why they're
Yeah,
there?
you just
You
peace
know what I
out.
mean?
You just peace
Yep.
out. You're just like, hey, I'm gone. All right, you know what? You're gonna have this person here. It's cool. Now, I do think there are some people that are assholish that'll be like, well, I'm announcing that I'm leaving, right? But even I wouldn't do that. Like, I'd just be like, all right, cool. Like, like I'm not cool with this person. I'm not even gonna try to fucking make this cool. Or awkward, I should say. I'm just gonna get down. I'm just gonna get the fuck away. I'm gonna get down. I'm gone. At peace. That's it. And I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure Brooke, if he would have done that to you, you would not got upset with him. It's like, oh, I get it. You're not cool with her. All right, cool. It's cool. Like I'll talk to you later, whatever. But this right here is showing me that nah, you want
You want
you to
that's what
have that.
I'm saying, Jerry. He wants the attention. He doesn't feel
Right.
seen in his real life. He wants the fucking attention. He acts like he doesn't want to talk about it, but look at all these different channels that he goes around talking about it. I didn't know anything about that shit. He could have not said
Right.
anything to me about it at all, and
Just
I
like to
wouldn't
avoid the
they
trolls,
or put my channel out
Like
there for
she ain't
these
welcome
people to
around me,
find
and
him
if
at.
she's gonna be here, like this is Brookie's channel, I can leave. It's cool. I'm not playing around. I don't want her around me, and I'm making that very fucking clear.
Hell
Oh
yeah.
my.
So it's pretty much either what'd you say, Brookie? Team Risky? Yeah. So Andrew's not welcome where I'm
Rooskie,
around.
I have a problem with that too.
Obviously it's your live in chat, so if you have her here, I leave.
I will, Lori. SD. I will play. I will play that triple T.
Andrea's a troll.
Yeah, she is. So she can stay up. And she is stalking me. Obviously, she has 2 accounts, and she used them both, and I hid both accounts. So if she wants to make a third one to stalk me, that's fine. And actually, I'm kind of appreciative that Brookie kind of, in a sense, let her come here, because that shows that she is stalking me. I don't follow her where she goes. I was in James' chat, she followed me there. I come here, she follows me here. So who's stalking who? Like, leave me alone. And I thought you blocked my phone, so why am I unblocked?
How would you know
You said I was blocked, so you obviously lied.
Exactly.
How would you know
You're
you're
stalking
unblocked?
me, and you know you are.
How would you know you're unblocked? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You're telling on yourself, man. You're telling on yourself. That's just an obvious thing. It's like if somebody has you blocked, I wouldn't know if somebody has me blocked, especially if I don't like them, because I'm not trying to call them. I'm not trying to talk to them.
Right. Well, and like earlier when she hopped off, he was like, "I'll call you later." You know what I mean? So like there was that. You'll catch a lot of it. You can keep this, and go through it. I'm sure you'll find way more. Um, but I just wanted to come up and actually like introduce myself and plus show you guys like it isn't just one sided. There is both sides where they do each other. Like Shannon was saying, they both nitpick at one another.
Right.
But he always goes to anywhere he goes, he tries to control, and you'll catch
Right.
that.
And you know what? And you know what, Brooke?
That's
When
what
it
I'm
comes to
saying,
this,
y'all. I'm saying like that they're in and on together, man. It's like they talk to each other privately and shit, man. Like is it real?
Right.
Is it really real? I mean, I'm suspect of this whole thing even being real to begin with, and if it's not 2 fuckheads trying to dupe everybody into giving them the attention they want.
right,
That's what we've all questioned, as well. A lot of people have questioned, but also the number he has been posting to dox her and the children, and he's put out her kid pictures. He's put out her nude pictures, stuff like that.
oh my God.
But the number that he did put out was her number. there was people who called it and got to her, so that was her number. I don't approve of that, of anybody
No,
really, but
no.
No,
um,
and
and
like
then
I
like
said,
in
when
this
he
actually later you'll catch where he's talking about murdering her. How would he murder her, and stuff like that. So
That's disgusting. Oh my
it
God! And this
Yeah,
that's why
guy,
I said you guys can keep
but
this and go through it.
Brookie's right. She's encouraging that. She's like, "Oh yeah, you said you had guns and knives and da 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 da." She's obviously not terrified of the man. They're obviously, playing this fucking cat and mouse bullshit with each other. And frankly, I don't have time for two fucking goddamn seventh graders to play fucking LARPing on fucking the internet and wasting my time dealing with people that can't fucking grow up. Honestly.
right,
Honestly.
Bandit, control yourself.
Yeah, well, Bandit, he's actually had his main picture be like her boob, be covered up or her butt, that's what he does. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and
Wow.
I don't approve of that either, man. You can't go that far, dude. Seriously. But if she's talking to him privately, she must not mind either, right? So it's this whole toxic, weird shit that we're
Well, when
dragged
he was
into.
on, I don't know if you caught this, but when he was on Tanya's, they were talking about the emails, or when Tanya was on his, one or the other. Either way, they were talking about emailing,
Right.
and Andrea was up on panel with them and stuff, and that's when Tanya and her got into it. Well, when I went back and watched, I was like, wow. I was like, okay, so they're still in communication. So what is
Yeah.
really going on? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
right. Well,
So
last
Wow.
night on Shannon's
how can we
panel,
not discern that maybe this is a contrived thing in order to get attention?
but
Yeah,
didn't he?
you know what?
He's all about monetizing. That's what he wants. He wants to get monetized. I'm sorry, dude,
Of
but if I
course.
if I call if I call Mass Unsub on my shit, you won't have any chance of getting it. I promise.
Dude,
Yeah,
and the thing is that
Well,
look,
I'm not
there's
about cancel culture, to be honest with you. I'm all about like the freedom of fucking people being able to
Oh,
see
I'm
and view
talking about like
anything
my
they
master,
want.
like my
But
subs who I
I
went over
don't
there.
give
Yeah, I
a
wouldn't let him stay.
platform to people that do criminal things. And I understand that people don't see doxing or violating people's children as a criminal thing because we're on the internet, but I do. I personally do. It's violating somebody's personal life for no reason. You know what I mean? None.
and even
right.
even and even more than that, Shannon, it's violating the other people who have nothing to do with you. The
Right.
people who have
Like my kids and my husband and my dad and my mom, they don't know shit about this internet shit.
Yeah, they're
I
not
mean,
on
well,
YouTube. I've always said keep it on YouTube, but there's so many people
yeah,
that
yeah,
rather
yeah,
take
for
it to your
real.
children, to your children's school, and nobody's safe. So
yeah, it's not that's not cool, and we shouldn't allow people to harbor that kind of behavior online on any kind of platform, right?
Right.
I'm against that 100%.
Well,
But
it's
like
normalizing this culture where basically the worst of the worst are being elevated. You know what I
right,
mean? And then
right,
we
and
all
no
wonder
matter,
why the internet's gone to shit, you know?
yeah,
Well, you're
yeah,
watching them.
yeah, and you know what, no matter
If
what
they don't
though,
have an audience, they don't get to spread their shit.
right, no matter what though, for me in this scenario, even if Andrea, like, like is a part of it, she didn't come to my channel, and she's not the one who like acted like she was the victim of something. So I harbor no feelings towards and Andrea in this scenario, because I don't know who the fuck she is, to quite
I
frankly.
don't know Andrea from a hole in the fucking ground. I've never even spoken to the woman.
Right. And so for
Right.
me, this is about Rooskie and Roosky's actions alone. Because it's
Right.
like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, why would you want to dox somebody because you guys are going back and forth or whatever? Like, keep it in your phones. Like, why do you have to involve so many people? But yeah, you're absolutely right, Shannon. This is like a situation where I believe he wants the attention. And now you talk about how your friend got chopped up or whatever, and it was so traumatizing towards you, but yet you can talk about somebody else in the same way.
Yeah, talk
That
about chopping her up, talk about chopping Andrea up. I mean, that's
that to me speaks wild.
volumes, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's hypocrisy. So you got to look at it. If it doesn't make sense, it's probably not true, right? Like, I mean,
Exactly.
it's a general rule. If you can't make sense of nonsense, then it's probably nonsense to begin with. You know, um,
Are you the real Andrea? Are you the Andrea that we just heard on the live? If you're the Andrea that we just heard on the live, I will give you a link so you can come
Yeah,
up
that
and tell
is
your funny
Andrea.
story.
Yep, that is her.
Okay, I'm gonna drop the link, Andrea. This is for you, and I want you to come up because I want to hear your side of this story. And I'd like you to take a serious tone with it. I understand if you want to troll or whatever. I mean, you can do that, but it's not gonna get you anywhere here because we're having a serious conversation about this shit, and I would like to get, only your story. I'd like to see what you
Sure,
have to say.
Andrea, come up. You can address me for what I said. I'll be more than happy to tell you why my line of thinking has come into play, and I will be more than happy to explain to you in a calm, rational manner as to why I think the way that I do as an outsider looking in, because I don't know you from a hole in the ground.
I don't know you either.
So I don't have any bias towards you whatsoever. I'm looking at this from a very unbiased perspective, to be honest with you, because I want to know what the truth is.
So there's the link,
And
Andrea.
frankly, if you're still speaking with him privately and texting him and emailing him, then you have to think I have to think to myself, well, that's very strange because anybody that puts myself or my children in danger, they're the last fucking people I'm going to be texting and emailing,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay,
And
Shannon.
last
Okay.
night, Rooskie said they were good, and to me,
Yeah.
if he doxed her and her kids, there's no fucking way that I would. If it were me, I wouldn't be good with that person. No
Right.
fucking way,
Okay.
and no, none.
Right. Okay. 1 second. Okay, so I'm gonna bring up Andrea, and she's gonna have things to say. So before we get into, like any back and forth or any kind of like discussion about things that were said, I want to focus only on the story
No,
that she.
I'll mute myself and let her speak. I will mute myself
Same.
and let her speak.
I
I'm
don't.
interested as well.
Yeah.
Let's hear her say her business.
Okay, you're coming on stage, Andrea.
I want to hear her.
Okay, so hello, Andrea.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, welcome. Thank you for coming up. Now, let me just start off by asking you one quick question. And yeah, I hope you're having a good afternoon too. By the way, I understand that this stuff is like shocking or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how you take it. But yesterday, I got some private chats in the back. Was that you?
Yes, that was me.
Okay,
Mhm.
cool. Okay, cool. So now like to preface that, you were the one who told me that you and Rooskie were okay, that you guys
I said I forgave him.
gave him.
As far as like I mean, he emails me, but I blocked him from my phone.
Okay.
And let's preface this with the fact that this isn't the first time I've been doxxed online. All
Oh,
the people in the chat, they saw me get doxxed a year ago. I was doxxed 7 years before that. I mean, that's why I didn't get too emotional about it. And I
mhm.
think that's also why he felt like he needed to up the ante. He knows me personally. He knows that internet stuff doesn't really, I mean, sometimes it gets to you, but at that point I was pretty numb to it. And I think that he knew he was going to have to go hard if he wanted to be effective and get rid of me. And I honestly feel that, he learned a lot from the troll group and he, took it too far. I mean, was I pissed the fuck off? Hell yeah. I mean, but it's something that has to pass. You can't, at the end of the day, nobody did anything nefarious to me. All the people in this troll group that may have had access to my number or, whatever, nothing happened.
I,
So,
I understand. I understand that part, but I still don't condone his behavior, regardless of whether
oh, I
like.
don't either. But I feel like that's something I should have handled. I don't feel like it was right for him to go around and use it to promote his channel. I don't think that it was okay for, like Shannon, she didn't have any idea what was going on. I watched it all happen. She was unsuspecting. She was just being a nice, neutral, open host and creator, as you should be.
Right.
You're not supposed to just listen to trolls that are coming into your chat and hurling insults and facts about people because you just don't know. So it
Right.
would have been irresponsible for her to just, be mean to him and kick him out just because some stranger faceless person in the chat said so. So I get that.
Absolutely.
What I mainly had a problem with was the fact that he and I were what I would have considered friendly at one point. And that kind of stopped like around April of this year. So Since then, I was always on the fence with him. I tried to be vigilant, and there was other things that he had done that I just never shared with anyone because I didn't have anybody really to share it with.
I get it.
Um,
And now, hang on,
so,
before you continue, hang on one second. I want to ask you something.
sure.
That you said you have a history of being doxxed and all that stuff or whatever, right?
Mhm.
In this aspect, was this behavior or the behavior that has been shown towards you, is it because you have had bad experiences with these people, or is
Well,
it more?
last year when I got doxxed in their community, none of them batted an eye. They enjoyed it thoroughly.
Wow.
So, that's what I'm saying. Like, if anybody, I don't need anybody to go to bat for me. I've always done this myself. I just made my channel live again just to be able to come up here. I just don't care about YouTube that much. I was
Andrea,
never
I have
here.
a question. I have a
Sure.
question, a serious question. Did he
Mhm.
dox your daughter?
Well, he put their first names. He put, everybody knows my kids now. It's like they're part of the family. He put he said, for a good time, call Maddie and Lily, put my phone number, and then something like about bukkake or something.
How
He was
old are
wigging
your
out. He was
children?
spurging the
How
fuck
old are
out.
your children?
16 and 14.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, and look, okay, so
And this was all a result, Shannon, because basically what it was
look,
is
I
Rooskie
understand one thing. Okay,
he got romantic feelings, and then I
I understand
abruptly
this.
blocked
I
him.
understand this part. I understand. Okay, look, I've been on the internet a long time. I've had my stream for quite some time. I've had men that have I have involved myself with that have grown bitter once we have ended our relationship and have
Mhm.
run around the internet and done things. This I understand. Okay,
Yeah, you
this
kind of had
I
a similar situation with what's his name. Mhm.
well, not only him, it's many years now. So but I understand this part. My problem with the whole thing is not so much. I've been doxxed 1,000 times too. So like it's not one of those things that is something that affects me anymore. It's just that to me in my mind as a mom, once some guy involves my child and puts my child into it, there is no forgiveness for him after that. There's a forgiveness for for the human nature, and that you
That's what
hope
I'm talking about. What you just said, the
they
human
do
nature.
better by themselves and other people. But I'm not gonna sit there and put them inside my realm. I'm not going to email them, and I'm not going to be their friend. You know what I mean?
Well,
Well, that's you would have
Yesterday you were like, I forgive him, backstage, and that's a very
well, I
kind way
have
to
to,
go
or else I'll
about
be
things.
emotional about it.
Well, because it's your children.
No,
Right.
no.
And
That's
so
why.
when you're
So,
either
like,
two
for
things, you're either
me,
really
like, as a
mad or you're
mother,
really
I'm a
sad.
fucking bear. Anybody fucking tries to hurt my fucking kids, I will fucking destroy
He's
you.
not going to hurt my kids. I'm their
I'm
protector.
certainly not gonna sit around and email him and hold his fucking hand and tell
Well,
him.
Shannon, hang on. To be
He's
fair,
not all there, Shannon. I don't know if you guys can pick up on it, but he's obviously, I don't
hang
want
on,
to say this because this is going to piss him off enough to where he might blow my shit up again. But he's
hang on,
obviously on the spectrum. He's got
Well,
hang on.
something
well,
off.
and I get that, but like, all the more reason not to engage him at all, right?
Ladies, hang on, ladies, hang on. Andrea and Shannon. To be fair, right now she did say that she blocked him from his emails. So even if she did forgive him, it's obvious that she wants no contact with him. If
Well, I
I'm
know, but that's very recent, and I'm
No,
not
I actually
judging
wish
her
him the
based
best. I
upon
feel like
that.
he's
I'm not.
having a mental break of some sort, and I wish him the best. Like I said, I'm not going back on my words. I said I forgive him. I do. Because I don't want to be mad and I don't want to be sad. So, in order to release myself from it, that's how I work things. I don't expect you to handle it the same way. I don't feel threatened by him. I met him in person. And is he fucking crazy? Yeah, I saw that clip of him on Tanya Z. If he talked to me like that, I'd knock his fucking block off. But like everything he did, he would say afterwards, it's a joke. Like you just would have had to been behind. Like afterwards, I would just be like, what is wrong with you? And he'd be like, it was a joke. I was kidding. And I'm like, dude, your social cues and my social cues must be different because it borderlines inappropriate. And it was just like it went over his head. Basically, he's a person who should be doing the internet with adult supervision. Is my
and
final word.
I can see that. That actually makes sense to me because, like I said, there's something there. Like when I asked him to tell me, and his the way he shows and like I said, Cap gave him an out earlier, and if he really was this like sociopathic type of person where he's here to manipulate, any sociopath would have taken that out that Cap gave him. Like, were you drunk? Yeah, I was drunk. Yeah, you know what? That isn't me. That isn't me in real life, right? But for him to say I wasn't drunk, I was dead sober, and have a straight face about it, it makes me wonder whether he can even pick up on social cues. So you may be right there.
Yeah,
Well, I
but okay,
learned that
so
he's very driven,
okay,
and
so like I hear what Andrea's saying to some extent, but then like okay, so today she's this very logical fucking person that's trying to absolve this trolldom as best as she can. But when I listened to that clip earlier, she was like antagonizing him to come cut her up and put her in pieces and
no, I
stuff, and
wanted
that
him to elaborate. He said it. He
and
started it.
that's
He
like
said it on a stream,
if
so I
you
hopped
think
up to ask him what he meant
somebody is
by that.
mentally ill and off, why would you continue to exasperate the situation
So
and not
you're
just
saying
cut
that
them off?
you're basically saying, Shannon, that any move I made was my fault. Earlier you said that I was in on it with him to dox my children. Now
Yeah,
you're saying that
yeah,
either
no,
response that I
I
would have
didn't
had would
say
have been
that.
bad.
I said I find it odd that
So 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 you
you
think
two
it's
are
okay for
private
him to go
emailing
get
each other,
manipulated by
that
channel after channel doing
you're going back
interviews?
and forth.
No, no,
Okay.
no, no, no,
Claim
no.
that
Okay.
you
He
have
Wait. Wait.
went to
identified
7
him.
Wait.
You've
interviews.
claimed that you've
He
identified him
went
as
to
being
7
Wait.
interviews,
Wait.
Shannon, not me, honey.
Wait. Let's do this one at a time. You guys are obviously having a dispute here. One at a time, please. We can't really hear everybody. It's getting a little loud. So we're gonna start off with Shannon. Shannon, you speak your piece. Then Andrea, speak your piece, please. It's this. I'm not trying to be a jerk with y'all. Just please, just one at a time, please. Okay. So Shannon, you go first. Then Andrea, you speak your piece. Okay.
I'm not trying to antagonize her. I'm just saying this doesn't make sense to me because at some point, if you identify this person as being mentally ill and you're trying to cut him off from everything, why less than 48 hours ago were you on a stream encouraging him to talk about cutting you up in pieces? That doesn't
Okay.
make sense to me. That's
Well,
like
I don't think that was
antagonizing a
48
mentally
hours
ill
ago,
person. Are you
Shannon. When was that
antagonizing
video
him
from?
or are you putting him to
When
bed?
was that video from,
You
bro?
don't get to play both sides.
3 weeks
Excuse
ago.
me, I'm right.
Hang on. Let's calm down. People, stop hitting the unmute button. Calm down. Okay, Shannon, we heard your piece, and I get it. I'm not trying to be a dick to you or to Andrea, but everybody should have their time to talk. Let's kind of chill a little bit, relax. Andrea, go ahead. Your mic is unmuted. Go ahead, speak your piece.
Here, we'll make it real easy. I let it go. Why can't you people?
Okay.
I'm
Well,
not the one that set up 7 interviews afterwards to discuss it. I didn't platform the interviews. No one invited me. As a matter of fact, no one even asked me my side of it until the very freaking end of everything after they were done. So
okay.
basically, everybody allowed him to drag me for a week. That was one moment. He had been online for 24 hours. I hopped up on a panel for 2 minutes to respond. He had just said a few minutes before that about how he'd get rid of me. And so I wanted him to elaborate on that. Like, tell me to my fucking face, you're going to do what? And that's what it was. So you're just kind of reading into it the wrong way. And it wasn't 2 days ago either.
With all
Okay.
due respect,
I
I've
kind
never set up an interview with Rooskie or you or
I
anybody
never, no, I wasn't
have
saying that you did.
tried to shine a light to your situation at all.
I was explaining my side of me on that panel that day that you just saw. This was right after he told me to delete my channel. He doxed my kids, told me he'd do worse if I made a move. So when I hopped on that
But-
panel today, that day, I was not supposed to be there.
Yeah,
Okay.
Andrea, I kind of get where Shannon's coming from because if it were me and he'd fucking dox my kids and
Look,
talked
I
about
don't have a
brutality
YouTube channel. Let it go and don't platform him. Unsub. What do you want me to do about it?
Right.
I
No,
wouldn't be forgiving him. I'd want
Okay,
his
well then I'll
fucking
go
balls
rage
on a
at. I'll go
goddamn
fire up a
platter if
live
it were
stream and
me.
rage at him because everyone's making it a thing. So I'm trying to make it not a thing. Like, just don't let him on your fucking channel. It's really that easy. He can move on to the algorithm. He's got 700 subs now. He admitted that he only had 50 in the beginning. And he's done all of this. He's gotten this many subs from drama. That means people like it. And he's been taught. He's a new YouTuber. And everyone around him has told him that this is how you move up. People have tried to make deals with him. I mean, he's been influenced outside of just our friendship that's out of my control, and that's all. I don't want to see a dead horse keep getting beat. I've never been like that in life, and I'm not like that online. Nobody's going to do anything about it. So we all make a free will choice whether we're going to entertain somebody at our panel or not. Do we need to have whole 2-hour live streams, 20 of them in a row, every channel riding it like it's, Israel-Palestine news?
Well, nobody
Either let him on your
nobody
channel or
brings
don't.
nobody brings your shit to our
But
channel,
don't
you
tell me that I
guys.
did it with him. I'm not online right now, and I haven't made a fucking iota out of this.
And
I
I've
haven't gotten a
listened to
view from
you
it.
on panel before go at him in a very antagonizing manner. So I have
And
a
I'll
hard
do it
time
again.
believing.
And if
I
I
have a
see
hard
him on
time
a panel,
believing
I'll
you're
do
over
it
there
again.
praying to Jesus and protecting your kids. I'm sorry.
you just-
I believe that
didn't
you
you
have
just-
responsibility in this as well.
Do you have children?
Oh yes, I have many children, grown
Okay, well,
children.
you were just saying earlier how you met guys online irresponsibly. What
What do
makes
you
your
mean?
and
I
I's
didn't say I met
situation
guys
different?
online irresponsibly.
You said you met a crazy guy with doll hands.
I didn't say I met a crazy guy with doll
You said
hands.
it on another one of your streams earlier.
Listen, you fucking
You
daft
said
bitch
LD, you
shit.
met in person.
You need to not
We have this
assume
in
shit.
common.
I went on
You
a
should know what it
vacation.
feels like,
Listen,
is
you
what I'm
fucking
saying.
daft bitch. I went on a vacation with myself, another person, and one
Why are
other
you
person.
mad?
Not only was it responsible, because you're assuming
I'm
some
saying you should
situation
be able to
about me
relate with
that you
me.
don't know nothing fucking
I
about.
had a cheeseburger
And the
with
reason
Rooskie.
is because I've called you out on your fucking
Did you have
antagonizing
sex with
shit too.
LD? I
You're
didn't have sex with
participating in this
Rooskie.
as much as he is.
I'm
You're
not
just
getting
as
anything
fucking
from it.
loony as he
I
is.
got rid of
And
my
you don't
channel.
protect your fucking kids. You're sitting there fucking goddamn talking to a dude that told your fucking people your number and to go fucking talk to your kids. I have no respect for you, you dumb dipshit. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, my kids are
Please,
safe.
you're a fucking
He
dipshit.
can't drive and he's
You
states away,
can't
honey.
drive either. Your fucking bus is missing. You're on the short bus, bitch.
Yeah.
Seriously.
You should be able to relate.
Yeah. Why don't you go protect your kids? Get off the fucking internet.
I'm off the
You don't know
internet. I
shit
was just
about
coming here to say
about
hi
me.
to
How are you
So
off
you
the
can
internet
sit
when
down
you're
in your
sitting
fucking
here?
seat, you dumb bitch. You don't know nothing
Wow,
about
why are
my
you guys
fucking
so
life.
upset?
My kids, who I met them
Look,
with,
I'm not
what
on
I
here
met them. You don't
crying.
know a
I was coming up
fucking
to
thing
defend
about me,
myself
you
when
dumb
people were
daft
paneling
bitch.
him. That's
So you
all.
need to sit the fuck
I'm
down.
sorry that you're affected.
No, I'm sorry you're affected. I'm sorry you're mentally retarded. That's on you.
Okay.
And the fact that your fucking kids get fucking goddamn doxxed is your fucking problem, because you identified this man
If
as
you dox
mentally
the
ill,
mom,
and
you
you're
dox
still
their
trying
kids
to
too anyway. I mean,
fucking
I was
touch
already,
his
my
dick.
family's been,
There's
we all
something
live in the
wrong
same
with
house.
you. You're mental too. You're both fucking mental. You deserve each other.
I'm not screaming at a panel guest.
Yeah, well, I
You were
don't
up
give a
here
fuck.
talking about me
I'm
before you
done
even
talking
asked me
over
any
some
questions.
dipshit that just fucking lies to protect her own fucking shitty behavior.
I don't have anything to
Nobody wants
protect.
to fucking listen to your dumb shit.
Ruski
And
was
none
my
of us
friend
brought
in
your
the
fucking
beginning, and I'm a
goddamn
loyal
garbage to our
person. I'm
panel.
sorry that he's
Not
mentally
myself,
retarded.
not Jerry, not anybody. We don't want your fucking dumb shit on our
Then
panel.
don't
We
talk
didn't
about
come
it.
here looking for your fucking shit, bitch. Get
You
over it.
talked about it.
You get over it. You
I
fucking get
said
off the
you
internet.
talked
You
about it.
stop
I
coming here
never
and
said
talking
get
about it
over
with
it.
other fucking people.
Panel
You
whoever
protect
you
your
want.
fucking children, you daft bitch. Don't expect us to.
You're another one of those that believe moms
Yeah,
shouldn't be
that's it. I'm
online.
another one of those. I don't really give a fuck what you think. I've already identified you
Well,
as a
you're no
mentally
better
ill
than me. You went on
retard
a
that
vacation with a
likes to
guy,
play with
a
fucking people
crazy guy,
on
you
a
say.
spectrum and fucking
No, she
antagonize
didn't.
them and then act like you're innocent. You don't give a fuck about anybody but your goddamn self, not even your own fucking children. Get the fuck out of here. Kick rocks, bitch.
You're so cool.
I am. I'm
Where do you
so
eat
cool.
breakfast
I'm
at,
so
bitch?
much better than
IHOP.
you because I have adult children that are
You're a
fucking
dumb cunt.
awesome and
Fuck
great.
you.
And I fucking do everything
Yeah,
right and you
whatever.
do everything wrong, you
You were
mentally
up
ill
here
daft
talking shit
bitch.
about me before you
Have a
even
nice
fucking talked to
day.
me, bitch.
Sorry, not sorry.
Whoa. Okay. Well, that got heated, I think.
Well, here's the deal. I didn't go from panel to panel afterwards crying to everybody looking for interviews for support
No,
from
you just
Rooskie.
forgive
He
the
did
fucking
that.
man who said he wanted to
He
give your
did
fucking
that.
kids a bukkake. You
He
stupid
did
bitch.
that. He did that, not me.
Okay.
Why do I have to carry his fucking burdens?
Okay, can I just like speak my piece now? This is my life. Can I speak real quick? Listen, I understand what Shannon is saying, and I understand what you're saying, Andrea. There's no I don't think there's a right or wrong answer between both of your arguments. Now, I will say that, like I said before, this is always and has been always about Ruski's actions. How you see it, Andrea, is up to you. Like, again, to me, it's like you can apologize to somebody, and whether they forgive you or not, it's up to them. Like, she was the one who was put on the spot by Ruski. She is the one who can forgive him if she wants. Now, does it mean that we have to? Does it mean that we have to deal with it? No, of course not. We don't have to do that. I still want to go down this rabbit hole, and it has nothing to do with Andrea. Now, Andrea is just part of the shit, sandwich that I'm building on this guy, because to dox her kids the way he did, I think is egregious, and I think it's wrong. And if he's doing it for clicks and views, that makes it even 100% more worse for me. Now, does that mean I think Andrea is a bad person? No, I don't. I don't know what she is. I just barely met her today. So it's to me, it's like, you know what? Hey, like, let's let cooler heads prevail right now. Shannon, I completely understand what you're saying, and I could not completely
Nah,
understand.
I'm over this whole Ruski fucking Andrea fucking
Yeah,
perpetuating
I've been
bullshit.
over it. The
I'm
difference
done.
between Roosky and I is he
I'm
likes
leaving.
views. I say
I'm
fuck the
leaving
views
right
and
now.
fuck
I
the
don't care
subs.
about either one of these people
You
or their
care about
fucking
something because you're
stories.
here, honey.
So I'm not. I'm gonna go now, and y'all have a
No,
nice
don't worry.
day.
I'll
See ya.
go. Bye,
Goodbye.
bitch.
Why are you being mean? Don't be mean.
That was rude of her to fucking try to already say that I was in on it with Ruski to dox my own kids and then tell me how much of a bad mom I was for having forgiveness for human nature and possible retardation. But I digress.
How
That's,
is
I
it
mean,
human nature to
I
forget?
have a
How is
son
it
who's
human
on the
nature for
spectrum,
somebody
so
to
I'm
dox your
empathetic
kids
to
and
it.
I got
how
you.
is it human nature to dox your kids and say to have a good time?
Well,
Put your number
what about
and say
everybody else who supported him and laughed at him? Should I be mad at all those people too, or should I
I would
rage
be.
or
I'd
be
want his
forgiving?
fucking balls on a platter. There's no goddamn way I'm forgiving him.
Okay, well, I'm telling you that instead of going after him because he was my friend to begin with, I'd rather delete my channel and go my own way. I don't want to make a thing about it.
Well, I would
That's
say
all.
I would say that you're actually handling it the way I would have told Ruski to handle it, because he's the one who acts like he's the one who's being attacked or victimized in these scenarios. Goodbye, Cap. Uh, and that actually makes sense to me. It's fair. That's a fair thing for someone to do. I get it. I get where the egregiousness comes in his actions, but again, I can't, like, however you see it, you were the victim of those things. So if you want to forgive him, it's up to you. And I'm not gonna judge you for that. I did have the questions whether you were in on it or not. I will say that, but I wasn't judging you upon that. It's just the nature of the things that we're seeing in front of us, right? We can only go by what's in front of us. And this is exactly why I told Ruski to open up about his situation. And I'm glad you're here to talk about it. People are not going to get along sometimes. Other people have different opinions, and I'm okay with that. I'm respectful of both opinions. I think each has their own argument to that. But again, the way I see it, you have the right to forgive him if you want to. I can't
Well,
say no.
and I just want to say that, like, separate from all of that, like, I'm a viewer first. I'm a subscriber and a supporter first. And, like, being out, trying to stay out of it and not be in it and not be in chats and not have a channel making videos about it. Shannon's a good person. I looked up to her. I liked her channel. So to be in the background and to hear her say something like that was kind of appalled me. And that's what made me feel the need to hit create channel again and come into your chat. So it's not personal. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at Shannon. I'm not mad at Brookie. I'm not mad at anybody. It's YouTube, and like the fact of the matter is that I was in a troll sector. And
Yeah,
I have learned over the years that if you're going to exist in a troll sector, that's the risk you take. You have to have thick skin. Do I want myself and my children doxxed? No, but there's deranged people that do it. I mean, it's not a thing that needs to be done to get leverage, but some people feel that way. And Rooskie is very, I kind of feel like he goes out of body, honest to God. The way he snaps, like the thing that people saw him yelling at Tanya, that's
Yeah.
happened to me so many times since I've known him a year. So you people have to think about how many times I've dealt with that. Like
Wow.
I've seen it all before. And everything
As
that
have
you guys
I,
are
yeah.
just seeing, I've been dealing with. And that's part of the thing that I wanted to tread like you just can't cut away from people like that, because truth be told, this kind of stuff happens. They're unpredictable. Like once I realized, oh my gosh, then I wanted to be careful. I had several things going on at one time. I wanted to stay online. I wanted to stay with hanging out with Brooke and Paul and all them, but he didn't like it. He didn't want
Yeah.
me going anywhere. He didn't want to see me anywhere. Then he started to convince himself that all the people
What happened? Your mic cut off, Andrea. Check your wires and stuff.
and
Your
he's making it hard by doing interviews with people and giving myths truths and embellishing and all that stuff. It just
Somebody's probably trying to get a hold of her.
yeah, your mic keeps cutting off, Andrea. Just we'll wait for you to come back. Again, I can't agree with the things that Shannon was saying. I can agree how she feels about that, but then again, I feel like once the person who was victimized decides to forgive somebody, there's not much there's not much more to say as far as that situation is concerned. Does that mean I condone his actions? Does that mean I'm still not going to go down this rabbit hole? No, it doesn't mean that at all, because this has and always will be about Ruski's actions.
right. And he'll also, if you hear him say she went around and attacked me for 2 weeks, that wasn't an attack. And Brooke can probably vouch for this. What I was doing was going back to the communities and channels that I had personally introduced him to let them know it's not safe to share your information. That's all. I didn't go to railroad him. I didn't go to get him stonewalled or kicked off the internet. He had a moment. People recover from doing dumb fuck shit. And like I said, nothing negative happened. There was, I got some stupid prank calls and stuff, but after a
And
couple
if she
weeks,
ever went live, all she did was put out the truth.
thank you, Brooke. And like even the last live I did or the last couple, it was just me kind of chilling, saying hi to like my other YouTube friends that are outside of that sector. So, I mean, he was the one that he brought this on himself by making it a subject matter every single place he went. And I mean, he had fun with it. He was like, "Oh, Marissa or Andrea and Moss are going to be jealous because Roosky's at Marissa's, and
that did
Andrea's only
happen.
mad at Claire because she's jealous."
Yeah.
It was just like the stuff he was saying was so delusional to me that I was like, I couldn't take it seriously. I'm like, either he's totally perceiving this oppositely, or I just know that a lot of it is he has like this crush on me. But I told him in the beginning, like, I'm not looking to date and I'm not looking to even make friends necessarily.
Wow.
And she's not the only one. There was another one named Lady Love. He actually made her leave completely. Well, not the only reason why she left, but she did end up getting better, off of YouTube, real life stuff. But he did do the same kind of role play. Well, like not role play, but like the same roles. Of course, he said that he was playing around, but no, she really left.
Yeah, I don't agree with the whole like, oh, I'm just playing around after I fucking had a cow. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure Shannon, after all this, is not gonna say she was playing around, and that's normal behavior from somebody who's emotional, right? If somebody goes on a fucking tirade and then says, "Oh, I was just playing around," no, motherfucker, that was you. You're fucking nuts, and you're trying to you're trying to make me like feel sorry for you in some kind of way. That is not only manipulative behavior, but that's sociopathic behavior. So
right, like I can't put on my Wonder Woman outfit and go screaming on YouTube at nighttime how I'm going to kill people and stuff, and then the next day be like, "Oh, I was joking. It was just a bit." And that's kind of how he is.
That was 3 weeks ago that he did that.
And what disturbs me more is that his whole crux about people making, like talking about Annie, and oh, don't talk about my friend Annie because she was murdered. And then saying that she was chopped up and all this, but you have no problems in describing somebody else in that way.
Andrew, is that true? She knows the story.
She wasn't chopped up. And that's my fault, because when he did the whole bit, quote unquote bit, where he went out into the woods at night and did the Frank Castle thing, Brooke knows about it. Another friend of mine from YouTube, I had talked to her, and she was like, just kind of, as a friend would be like, girl, he's, something's wrong with him, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, he does do weird stuff. Like, are you sure? And then I watched it back, and it freaked me out a little. And I told her that, well, she was like, he's probably a killer. And I was like, well, he did have a friend that died. And I messed up doing that. And the next day, I felt really bad about it, because I knew that it was going to become a narrative and get spun, because that person took it further and told other people. So I told him. I called him up and told him, and he's still mad at me about it, I guess.
So his friend that died wasn't murdered then?
His friend was, but according to him, his friend was murdered by her. The guy that's in jail for it, he was married and they were dating, and she was pregnant. So I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it too far, but
I don't know. It's still not like if this was like, say, somebody who took something, like, say, like it was an accident and she passed away because it was something that just happened, and like somebody ran with it and said, oh, because Rooskie's weird, then this happened to this friend or whatever, then I could kind of like see that. But the fact that she was, and you're still talking like you're gonna murder people, it's still really
the fact that I'm even talking about this right now is making me nervous, because I'm afraid that scene's coming out of his ears somewhere.
Well, I don't want you to be uncomfortable. If you don't want to talk about it no more, you can go ahead and jump off the panel. I really just had a couple of questions for you. I'm glad you cleared things up. And as far as like you being a part of it and everything, like as far as I was concerned, this was never about you. This was just just a little symptom of the things that I'm trying to look into as far as this guy's concerned. But like, it has never been about you. Like I said, forgiving him is your option. When somebody apologizes, it is on the person who is being apologized to forgive or not forgive. So if you do, hey, more power to you. That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. I personally wouldn't agree to forgiving him in that aspect. That's just my opinion, but you have every right to do so, and I wouldn't tell you that you're wrong.
Well, I forgave him, but I also was gatekeeping it and going around, and what he called attacks were me doing kind of what I'm doing right now. So like if I saw you and him do that piece the other day about the soldier, and I was thinking, wow, because I know what his YouTube dreams are. You know what I mean? I know that he came here with this pipe dream. So I'm thinking maybe he could build off of doing like good awareness type of content like this. So it's unfortunate to me. Like in a perfect world, I would have been able to find you in the back streets and be like, look, this happened. You figure out how you want to handle it. Because then you as a creator could tell, just kind of make sure the ladies around knew or whatever. I just think there's other ways that could be done. Well, that's what I was trying to do.
See, my thing wasn't judging him automatically based on these things. I gave him an opportunity to talk about it. Now, I told him it didn't have to be online. It could have been in the background. You could have said, he could have sent me a private chat, just like you forgave him. You sent me the thing on private chat. He could have sent me a private chat and be like, hey, you know what, Jerry? I don't want to talk about it right here, but you know what? If you want, we could do a call later and I'll clear everything up for you. And I can even get Andrea, but he said, nope, I don't want to talk about it. Don't bring it up. And he kind of gave me the same kind of attitude. And it kind of troubles me that when I was asking him, he kind of like was a little bit more submissive. But then when, I see him on Brookies and he's like, no, get this bitch out of here. It's like, okay, but that's some like, incel type of behavior. And I'm seeing that, so it's like, there's like a few like red flags and different behaviors that I'm kind of like, it's
well, that's what I mean. To be quite honest, I've never come across anything like it.
I get that.
I don't really know. Like I said, the only thing I did was made a correlation that something about him reminded me of my son, who happens to be very high functioning on the spectrum. Like, you know what I mean? Nothing, just the social cues, the awkwardness at times, the chameleon type behavior. I don't know. There was just things that, and at first I kind of wanted to be nice to him because I felt like he was going to be a target or get picked on. And it just.
Yeah, you were being empathetic to him. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
So, but thank you for having me up here. I don't want to take up any more of your time.
No, you're good. I don't. It was nice having you on. I don't
And
take
thanks,
anything
Brooke.
personal between you and Shannon. You guys, hey, like I said, I don't get in between women's stuff, man. Hey, that's your guys'. You
Like I
guys.
said, I think Shannon has a great channel. I enjoy watching Shannon's channel, and I'm still going to watch Shannon's channel. I just, for me, trying to stay in the background, that her comments made it a little harder for me to stay out of it, or else I could have just, somebody let me know this stream was happening. I didn't have to come listen, but I did.
Appreciate that. And
Hopefully one of these days I'll work it out of my system.
it's fine.
Completely.
And you know what?
Yeah, I don't want to gain anything from it. I just want awareness to go out about it. If anything, I want other people to be aware, and that's all I was doing. I wasn't attacking Rooskie. I just was trying to let the other gals that I introduced him to know. Like Tanya was one of those people that I sent him to.
Yeah. Well, you know the
what?
saying.
Yeah, just different channels.
You know the saying, no good deed goes unpunished. You know that, right?
Right on, right on. You said it, brother.
So hey,
Thanks for having me. I got to go continue on to my dinner. And thanks, Brooke, for hooking up the videos and having my back. I appreciate y'all.
You're welcome.
All right.
Yeah,
See you,
and you're
chat.
welcome.
I didn't even look at the chat, but everybody have a good night.
You're welcome anytime, and sub if you like the content. Hey, there you go.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Have a good one.
See, and I was kind of worried about that day that you actually were on his, because I've been on his panel a few times, and it wasn't very, there wasn't really much context of me being on there. It was just chilling, talking. But when you're actually trying to put out awareness of things, and then after that, I don't know if you noticed, but that's kind of when the Tanya thing went down, right after. So it's like it's not a good look. Not saying on your behalf, but for his behalf. Nobody's going to want to take it serious.
Well, that's one of the things that one of the reasons why, like, I questioned about it early, because again, I'm not like Shannon said, I'm not the type of person that's like, oh hey, some trolls come into my chat or some people are chasing after somebody else, and I'm just gonna be like, oh, so you guys say this, then this has to be it, right? And you're out of here, right? I'm not like that. I understand that. Sometimes you need to investigate for yourself, find out a little bit more. And what better way to get it than from the horse's mouth? I always say, if you want people to know your story, talk about it when you got a chance to talk about it. It's easier for everybody to suss it out. And then afterwards, hey, let the chips fall where they may. These things are already out. It's not like, and the other part too is that like for you to put it on your channel and make it public and do all these things and people know it, you've already put it in the sphere where people are going to know about it. So you've kind of put the context where people are going to want to talk to you about it. So you saying it's none of your business. Well, you kind of made it our business when you put it in a public forum. So you don't do that. Don't do something that people can see and everybody can be a part of, and then say no. You can't. You have no business in doing that. Like I know examples of people that got stuff that were blown up from DMs. Now, I think that right there, I would completely understand if somebody says that's none of your business, because it wasn't. This person just made other people privy to it. Now that person has to deal with it in the context that they put out their DMs, right? So that person would have to deal with it, but not the person who was in the DMs that didn't want that stuff to come out. So I understand that whole aspect of it. So it's like, you know what? I get where she's coming from. I get where Shannon's coming from as far as like all the other stuff is concerned, to being a mom and all that. But like Andrea said, we don't know this guy's mindset. He's showing a lot of different, mental issues as far as like, somebody who's delusional, somebody who might be sociopathic, and hopefully that hasn't crossed over into psychopathism. You know what I mean? So it's like, like I get, like being careful, and I understand that. So in this whole thing, it's never been about Andrea for me. Like I said before, I'm glad that she shared her part of the story. At least I know that she wasn't in on it. At least I understand her part. And now I'm going to move on to learning more about this guy. And again, this rabbit hole has never been about the interest of their little beef or whatever. It's in the interest of what this guy's doing. Like, these are some very weird red flag behaviors, and I wonder if there aren't more people that have dealt with them, and
There have been. And I can send you to their direction or send them to you as well. But you'll notice a more A more noticed detail is you'll notice it's all women.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
It's all women.
And
So
yeah, that you know what? That's wow. I'm just in
and
a
yes,
shock.
I did put Triple T's interview in the back for you as well. So that way you had the direct link.
And I will. You know what? I'm gonna do everybody a favor, and I'm gonna check it out tomorrow as a live. I can't.
Yeah, it's long. So yeah, I would
Yeah,
definitely
so
do it tomorrow.
I'm already 2 hours in, and I didn't even want to spend more than an hour. I just really wanted to go over what I saw in Shannon's live because I thought that was a lot of red flag behavior, and
Oh yeah.
it's kind of weird to me that he was willing to open up to Shannon but not to me after like I've shared certain things of the things that I wanted to do, and I was willing to share with him all that serious stuff. And like I said, it's not a good look if I have somebody who goes out and doxes people and treats people like crap to talk about somebody in a respectful and serious way. So kind of regretting doing that now. But but thank you again. Thank you so much for being here and showing up again. I'll probably do it tomorrow, guys. I'll check out the interview and I'll break it down, see it live and everything.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got all the links in the back. I would definitely, go through it and pick out what you think would be good to cover or speak of that you hadn't spoke on yet. Um, we do that kind of too. We go and do make clips. There's a lot of people that do clips of it because a lot of his content he has deleted or he'll delete after for so long. So there's people out there that always are watching and they're getting the best of all these clips. But like I said, you'll notice the pattern will be against women, control, just anger. Um, yeah.
SD420 is like, come on, dude, let's watch it. Let's do it. I will
Yeah,
do it. I
it's a
promise.
long one. They're all at least every video that's in your back is at least an hour or more long. So
Yeah, it's a lot to go through, and trust me, I will go through them on a live. I just like I gotta do it for my own sanity, bro. I can't go over this kind of stuff. This is something that I've learned from going after guys like Friday Wrangler and other people is that you got to give yourself time away from this stuff. You got to, man. It gets to you. You start wondering where are the normal and sane people, and the normal sane people are your neighbors, the people that you interact with in real life, not people on the internet, because people on the internet are always going to hide behind the veil of a screen and a keyboard. So I need my sanity, so that's why I kind of limit these to 2 hours. If I do go 4 hours, because I'm having fun in between and I don't feel the time. But right now, like this has been heavy. I'm sure there's other people who I feel kind of tense because of the whole Andrea Shannon little like spat, and I thank Andrea for not absolutely going nuclear afterwards when Shannon was gone, because I think that was big of her not to. She could have easily just started trashing Shannon after she took off, and I'm glad she didn't. Big ups for that. And I'm glad Shannon just decided, you know what, I don't need to hear anymore, and took off. And big ups for her for doing that. So I thank everybody for giving me the info. We'll do this tomorrow. We'll continue this tomorrow.
yeah,
Thank you guys. Thank you
appreciate
so
you
much.
having me up and letting us speak because sometimes we get to speak and it's not always on other channels or it's always in our own, which is
No,
everybody knows is aware, but it's nice to get the word out there for others to spread out the word because we'll always come with receipts.
I thank you for that.
Anybody
And
from us will come with those. So
And just so everybody knows, I don't run away from the conversation. Okay. I never do. You guys come and you guys want to speak your piece about any situation. I don't run from that conversation. And it doesn't mean that I'm here just to spread drama or whatever. Drama's drama. It's going to follow you everywhere. There's no avoiding it. I'm not going to say that I haven't spread drama or that drama hasn't come to my channel. Hell, we just went through it. So it's not that big of a deal. But if you guys have something to talk about, I'm not running from it. I won't run from the conversation. I won't run from a tough topic. There's nothing here that you can't talk about. The only thing that I ask is that we don't do circles. That's all that I ask. That's it. I don't like doing circles. I don't like getting to a point where I disagree with somebody and we can't get to the part where we agree to disagree. Because, hey, what are you going to do? People are going to disagree. You can't. You're not going to. Why? Why keep doing that, right? Why keep doing that to yourself? This is why I cut my live shorts when they're kind of heavy like they are today. But that's just my opinion on all that stuff. Thank you very much for showing up. You are welcome.
Thank you.
Anytime you want to come up, if you want to come up to talk about anything else, you're welcome. Just let me know. Maybe we could do something on your channel someday.
I truly appreciate that. Make sure everybody smashes that like button. Thank
Thank
you
you.
again for having me.
Thank you. Have a nice one. And for everybody else, this is going to be the end of the stream for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We can go ahead and go over that video. Again, thanks, guys. Thanks for showing up. If you like the videos, hit the like button. Hey, if you didn't like it, hit the dislike button. What are you going to do? You know, like it's interaction regardless. Leave a comment, share, and sub if you haven't subbed yet. We're here for the long haul. Thanks, guys. I hope you guys have a good afternoon, and I'll see you around.